Welcome back, viewers. This is Jesse with J.FINESSE Flights. Today, I want to talk to you guys about controllers or transmitters and my recent changes that I've made with flying. Another reason why I haven't posted any flight videos recently. The main reason is because I recently bought a X7, as you see here. Get this out of the way. We'll talk about that in a minute. I bought the X7 recently. I'd been flying the Evolution. That's FrSky, Turnigy Evolution. It's a good beginner controller. I mean, I still like it. I like the way it feels in my hand. I wished I could get the same performance from the FrSky into this form factor, which I know that they've come out with the X Lite. I don't know. I don't want to buy another beginner transmitter that can't do the functions that I want to grow with. Like crossfire, things like that. I did hear that it does accept a module, but I don't know if it'll take crossfire yet. We'll wait and see how that goes. But I was having some problems with maintaining altitude when I switched from the Evo to the X7. And what it seemed like to me was when I would get the quad, I'll just use this one to talk about what I mean. Whenever you're flying and you're trying to fly low and steady, it just seemed like maybe it's the latency also. I've heard that the FrSky has more latency than the FlySky. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm reacting too late to lift my throttle, and it's causing me to crash into the ground. But what it seemed like to me, like my stick input was just dull. Like it had deadband, but there wasn't any deadband. I checked it. There was no deadband. It wasn't that. It's like my small movements that I'm used to making weren't showing in the quad itself. So I'd have to make a bigger movement, in order a stick movement to get it to react the same as to what my brain is used to. Before I could just barely give it stick input and it would react. I kind of trained myself to fly that way. So I've had this radio for maybe 2 months now, and I have gotten a little bit used to it, but I'm just not comfortable. I tried not to go back to this one, but I still have a couple quads bound to the FlySky. So I flew them, and I was just like, wow, I remember I went right back to it. My brain remembers it perfectly. Like I never missed a beat. So I'm having a hard time getting used to this one. You can tell how much bigger, that it is, and everybody knows this. It's been done 100 times or more. I'm just saying this conversation. But what I really want to talk about is this gimbal. Now I bought this used secondhand from a fellow, a real nice guy, and he had done all the upgrades to it. He had the Hall sensor gimbals installed. He put them all in. Did the the cosmetic stuff, the decal, these switch bezels, and it also came with Lewis grips on it. Everything ready to go. Here, I'll fire it up here.
Welcome to OpenTX. Engines disarmed. Horizon mode. Race mode.
It's all. I haven't really done anything to it.
0 volts.
As far as when I got it from him. It's pretty much set up
Mode.
the way I like it. So
Horizon mode.
it works pretty good.
Stunt mode on.
You
Race
know.
mode.
Amber, it's got the amber, obviously.
Engines armed. Engines disarmed.
This one's pretty funny. Kids, cover your ears.
Your
I thought that one was pretty funny. But anyway, what I did was I installed a M7-R gimbal. And that's the race gimbal. It has a shorter throw. I personally like it. I've heard other people say that you lose some of the you lose something with it, but I haven't noticed it. I just put it in today, and after I installed it, I flew about 5 packs through it, and I love it. It is exactly what I needed. It reminds me, my brain thinks I'm still flying this gimbal. Granted, this one is way better, way better than this gimbal. It's big difference. These are even the other Hall sensor gimbal that was in the radio, not the race one. They're awesome. But yeah, this is how it came. This is not the race one. This isn't the R. This is the one I took out of my radio already. But it came in this nice box, this Tupperware box, plastic box thing. Little plastic shoe that it sits in with some screws. And that's it. But yeah, it's already in the quad here. I love it. But this is the old one. And it's really simple. If you guys, if you want to put it in, there's so many videos out there on how to take your Tyrannus apart, to open the back of it up, what to watch for, the pitfalls with the pins and different things. But you unplug the one plug, take out 4 screws once you have the back off, and it's pretty straightforward. Adjust it the way you want it, before you put the back on it. You adjust the left and right with this Allen screw right here. There's an Allen, let's see if I can get it to show up. There's an Allen screw in here somewhere. Right there. Oh, as soon as I done that, it jumped back out. Anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's in between these 2 screws here and here. It's a hole. Anyway, that'll adjust your left and right. And then up and down is done. This is the ratcheting feel that you get, and this is to tighten it. Adjust it before you put it in how you want it. But yeah, I'm really loving this gimbal, this race gimbal. It is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm expecting my flights to improve, or to be back the way they were, at least, because I'm not even the way I was with my flying, which I have built a couple other builds, and that could be, have something to do with it. I did build a Floss 2.1, and it is with 6-inch arms. So yeah, I am getting used to flying this. Yes, I understand that. But after you do the gimbal mod, you want to go in here, hit your menu button.
So tell me about tonight.
Had just gotten out of the shower. He was sitting on the bed. He was
Yeah.
in front of the window.
Okay, you hold the menu button, then you page, and then you hit enter to start, because what you're going to do is you're going to calibrate your gimbals. You hit enter, which is this button here. Click your enter button. Move your gimbals. There's a menu to tell you what to do. It'll want you to center them first, and it may not be exactly center, but center your gimbals. Don't hold it to make up for the center. Just put it right dead in the center. hit the enter button. Then it'll want you to do this, where you go all the way around. You're just calibrating your gimbals. If you have a radio, you've probably already done it. But, you know, that's something you're going to need to do. And then hit exit, back out of it, and you're good. But it's pretty necessary to do that after you install a new gimbal. And if they're too loose, you'll get jitter, where your quad will kind of move around. So you don't want these to be too loose. There's a, you know, you can kind of tell. I noticed it because I like mine really loose. These are pretty loose. And I couldn't do it with this, which I'm okay with that. I like that snap feel. You know, it's kind of how I fly. I do snaps, you know, when I'm flying. And then I'll roll my stick and try to get flow going with it. Haven't really mastered it yet, but I'm working on that. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this video. I wanted to share this with you guys of what's been going on. Oh yeah, I'm also working on the floss style. I recently purchased the, what is that called, Quad Lab from, it's a Bob Ruge thing that he did, kind of like Drone Drop or something. Had a quad in it. He let you know what all's going to be in there. But anyway, I have the new Tico 32 flight controller. Also the Bob Ruge, ESC. It's the Tico 32 ESC. Shoot, sorry about that. And then this is the F4 OSD board from Puroflip, Bob Ruge designed. This is the version 2 with OSD, like I said. Yeah, it's just kind of thrown in here right now. And the motors are my favorite. They are the Multicopter Builder Primo 2207, 2650 KVs. These motors are tanks. They're light. They're powerful. So powerful. Recently, here in the future, I'm going to try the 2208s. I've got to. Oh yeah, by the way, you can see where Serge signed the flight controller. I've been trying not to touch it, but it's coming off. Yeah, he signed it for me. I had him do it. I asked him to do it. He's a great dude. Great guy from Puroflip RC. You guys check out the website. They're dirt cheap. They sell top-notch parts. It's the only place I basically quit shopping Banggood and all that crap because the shipping, and you don't know what you're getting from them guys. You know, support the smaller guys, and that's Puroflip, but they're growing, but they care. They all fly. They're part of the community. Their prices are just, you can't beat their prices on their parts. You can't. Customer service is 100%. And the frames are just awesome. Look at this thing. Just look at this. And it comes in at like 80-something grams. Now, you can't beat that. 80-something grams, right? You'll probably, if you haven't seen anything on this frame, you will here shortly, because it's a big deal. It's for a frame to be that light, of this, you know, like the Alien. It's you're going to hear about it if you haven't already. But I'm trying to get these on here. It's awesome. You can run 20 by 20 stacks. Okay, the bottom plate, this is the thing. The bottom plate and the top plate are identical. Okay, so that way you're just getting 1, 2, 3 parts. They're all the same stuff, so that you don't have to worry about putting it together. It's not hard to do. But, okay, here's how it goes. You have... Let's see if I get this right. Right there is a standoff. Right there is a standoff. These are for those forever tubes. Standoff. Flight controller. That's for your 30 by 30. Then you have 20 by 20 here. 20 by 20 here in the center. And then another 20 by 20 option down here. So you have 1, 2, 3 places you can run a 20 by 20 stack. And of course your 30 by 30, which is here. It's an awesome frame, man. It really is. So look forward to seeing this on the channel coming up. I'll talk about that a little more. Oh, and the floss TPU GoPro mounts fitted also. He's keeping the width the same, so that's not a problem. You know, all the TPU mount stuff fits it. But anyway, enough of that. Recently, I also bought these 3B motors. They're garbage. Okay, don't buy them. I don't care. I got them for $15 a piece. Right? They are powerful, but they're garbage. I crashed it one time, and bent 1, 2. This one I had to replace. It was so bad. This is a Sumac motor, Sumax, Sumax. I just threw it on there because it feels about the same as far as the way it spins and all that, but the tops of the shafts are bent, like where it hit the nuts, they all bent. So I had it on beta flight, and I was spinning up the motor slowly, and they all wobble. Junk motors, stay away from them. They're not even hollow. They have some kind of steel core in it, in the center of the shaft. It's junk. Stay away from that. Waste of money, but hey, you win some and you lose some. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, guys. Hopefully to start putting some flight videos up soon on some of these cool rigs here. I can't wait to fly this floss style. I'm waiting on a few things, and I'm on call this week, and I'm going to start building that up. But thanks for tuning in, and see you guys shortly. Take care and stay in the air.